There comes a time in life when you must learn to navigate the world not with the vigor of youth, but with the wisdom of age. And with that wisdom comes an unusual, perhaps counterintuitive truth. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is pretend to be stupid. Yes, you heard me right. In certain situations, humility in the form of feigned ignorance can be a weapon of great power. Let me explain why. As we grow older, one of the most profound realizations we encounter is the value of humility in our interactions with the younger generation. The younger generation is often driven by ambition, energy, and a desire to prove themselves. They have their own perspectives, ideas, and dreams that may seem different from the experiences we've lived through. In these interactions, pretending to be ignorant or less knowledgeable can actually be one of the most effective ways to foster mutual respect and understanding. It may seem counterintuitive at first, but allowing the younger individuals to feel like they are teaching you can open a door to deeper connections and allow them to grow in confidence and competence. When we interact with younger people, there is a natural inclination to share our wisdom, our experiences, and the lessons we've learned over the years. However, this approach can often be seen as imposing our views, especially if it's done too forcefully or without consideration for their own journey. If we come across as though we have all the answers, we may inadvertently shut them down, making them feel small or inadequate. Instead, when we pretend to be less knowledgeable by asking questions or feigning ignorance about certain aspects of their world, it encourages them to take the lead in the conversation. It gives them the opportunity to step into the role of the teacher, which can be incredibly empowering. The key here is not to manipulate or deceive, but rather to position yourself in a way that makes the younger generation feel heard and validated. By pretending to be less informed about a particular subject, you're giving them the space to express themselves freely, without fear of being judged or overshadowed. This not only allows them to grow, but also builds a sense of mutual respect, because they begin to realize that their perspectives are valued. Moreover, this approach can also deepen relationships. The younger generation might begin to see you as someone who is approachable, open-minded, and willing to listen. They may come to you for guidance and support, knowing that you won't overwhelm them with unsolicited advice. In the end, pretending to be less knowledgeable in these moments isn't about giving up your own wisdom. It's about creating an environment where both parties can learn from one another and grow together. In a world where technology is constantly evolving, those of us who are older may find it challenging to keep up with the rapid advancements. Technology is no longer just a tool. It has become an integral part of everyday life, and often it feels like a language of its own. For many older individuals, gadgets and software can seem overwhelming, confusing, or even alien. However, in these situations, pretending to be ignorant or less tech-savvy can actually be a strategic approach. When you admit that you're not well-versed in technology, it opens the door for others, especially younger people, to help and teach you. This dynamic of pretending to be stupid in technology isn't about actually being ignorant. It's about creating a safe space for learning and growth. Technology is constantly changing, and even if you are somewhat familiar with it, there's always something new to discover. By approaching these new tools with humility and admitting you don't know everything, you position yourself as a learner. This makes it easier for younger or more tech-savvy individuals to step in, teach you, and share their knowledge. It also avoids the frustration that can come from trying to figure everything out on your own or struggling to keep up with the pace of change. Pretending to be less skilled with technology also helps in building relationships. People generally enjoy being in a teaching role, especially when they feel that their expertise is being valued. When you ask questions, show curiosity, and express a willingness to learn, it creates a collaborative environment. It becomes less about you trying to prove that you know everything, and more about both parties growing together. Additionally, pretending to be less knowledgeable can prevent feelings of insecurity. For someone who is older, the pressure to stay on top of every new tech development can be intense. Admitting that you don't know everything or that you need help allows you to escape the trap of trying to maintain an illusion of omniscience. It takes the burden off your shoulders and gives you the freedom to learn at your own pace, without the fear of judgment. In essence, by pretending to be less informed about technology, You position yourself in a role where growth, understanding, and collaboration are prioritized over pride or perfection. This is a powerful way to approach the ever-changing world of technology with grace and confidence. As we grow older, we often gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of human emotions and relationships. We have experienced a wide range of emotional events, loss, joy, conflict, and resolution, that have shaped our perspectives. With this depth of experience, it's easy to feel like we have mastered emotional intelligence. However, there are times when the best response to an emotional confrontation is to pretend to be less emotionally involved or even ignorant of the situation. This strategy is not about avoiding conflict or suppressing your emotions, but about exercising restraint and choosing not to engage in battles that may ultimately serve no purpose. Emotional confrontations are often fueled by heightened feelings, whether it's anger, frustration, or hurt. In these moments, people, especially younger individuals, may seek validation for their feelings or try to provoke a reaction. As someone older and wiser, it's important to recognize that responding with the same intensity can escalate the situation rather than resolve it. By pretending to be less emotionally reactive, you allow yourself the space to remain calm and collected. This enables you to take a step back and assess the situation with a clear mind rather than getting swept up in the heat of the moment. When you choose not to engage in emotional drama, you also set an example for others, especially the younger generation. They may look to you as a role model and learn the value of emotional regulation and maturity. By not reacting impulsively or emotionally, you show that it is possible to handle difficult situations with grace and composure. In doing so, you avoid unnecessary conflict and protect your own emotional well-being. Furthermore, pretending to be less emotionally invested in a confrontation can also help to diffuse tension. Sometimes, when we engage too deeply in a conflict, we can inadvertently fuel it. By feigning emotional ignorance, you avoid adding more fuel to the fire, allowing the situation to naturally cool down. In some cases, this approach may even cause the other person to reconsider their own emotional responses and open the door for more productive and empathetic communication. Ultimately, pretending to be emotionally stupid in these moments allows you to navigate conflict with wisdom, demonstrating that sometimes silence, patience, and emotional restraint are the most effective tools in maintaining peace and fostering healthier relationships. As we age, one of the most significant changes we experience is the shift from being the center of attention to taking a more background role. For many, this can feel like a loss of purpose or importance. However, there is immense value in allowing others to take the lead, particularly when it comes to sharing knowledge and wisdom. In certain situations, pretending to be less experienced or knowledgeable, especially when it comes to sharing your wealth of experience, can create an environment where others are encouraged to step forward and express their ideas. This subtle shift in dynamic can foster a sense of empowerment in those around you, while simultaneously offering valuable opportunities for growth and understanding. Often, when we possess years of wisdom and experience, we feel compelled to share it, especially with younger individuals or those who might benefit from our insight. However, if we assert our expertise too forcefully or without careful consideration, we risk coming across as condescending. People, especially younger generations, are often eager to assert their own competence, and being too assertive with our wisdom can inadvertently shut them down or cause them to retreat into silence. By pretending to be less knowledgeable, we create a space where others feel encouraged to take the lead, express their thoughts, and engage with the topic at hand. This act of humility can have a profound impact on others. When people are given the opportunity to share their ideas and expertise, it boosts their confidence and reinforces their sense of value. They begin to feel that their opinions matter, and in turn, they may become more receptive to your own insights. By not dominating the conversation or pushing your experience to the forefront, you encourage a collaborative environment in which both parties can learn from one another. This dynamic not only benefits those around you, but also deepens relationships and fosters a sense of mutual respect. Additionally, pretending to be less experienced or knowledgeable in these situations can help avoid inadvertently alienating others. When you step back and allow others to share, you avoid the risk of overshadowing their contributions. It creates a balance where everyone has the opportunity to engage in the conversation and feel that their voice is heard. This approach not only cultivates respect, but also encourages others to take ownership of their own learning and growth. By adopting a humble stance and pretending to be less knowledgeable, you create a platform where others can step forward, share their ideas, and grow. It's an approach that fosters connection, learning, and respect, all while maintaining your own sense of dignity and purpose. As we age, we accumulate a vast array of experiences and knowledge, but that doesn't necessarily make us the expert in every situation. The truth is, there are always areas where we don't know everything, and recognizing this is a powerful and humbling realization. There is a great strength in admitting that you don't have all the answers, and sometimes pretending to be less knowledgeable in those moments is a wise choice. Acknowledging that you don't have expertise in a particular subject allows you to approach situations with openness and curiosity, giving you the freedom to learn from others without the pressure of maintaining an image of omniscience. Pretending to be less skilled or experienced in certain areas fosters an environment where others can step up and offer their insights. It's a reminder that there is always something new to learn, no matter how much you've already experienced. This approach not only allows you to acquire new knowledge, but it also empowers those around you to share their expertise, which can be incredibly valuable. Whether it's a younger colleague at work or someone from a different generation with specialized knowledge, showing a willingness to learn can build trust and open the door to collaboration. By embracing this mindset, you demonstrate that wisdom isn't about knowing everything, but about recognizing your limitations and being humble enough to accept help when needed. When we pretend to be less knowledgeable, we are essentially putting ourselves in the position of the student, which can be a powerful tool for personal growth. It allows us to explore new perspectives and ideas that we may not have encountered otherwise. This openness to learning also prevents the stagnation that can sometimes come with age, where we might fall into the trap of thinking that we have mastered everything. Moreover, when we adopt this stance, we avoid the risk of alienating others by asserting our knowledge in a way that makes them feel inadequate. Pretending to be less knowledgeable provides the space for others to shine, particularly those who might be more knowledgeable or experienced in a specific area. It's a strategy that encourages mutual respect, as it shows that you value the knowledge and contributions of others, no matter their age or background. Ultimately, the strength in pretending to be less knowledgeable lies in recognizing that there's always room for growth. It's about allowing yourself to remain open to new ideas, learning from others, and embracing the humility that comes with acknowledging you don't know everything. This openness enriches your own life and helps you build stronger, more collaborative relationships. As we age, we develop a greater awareness of the consequences of conflict. We've witnessed how arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional outbursts can damage relationships, drain energy, and lead to regrets. With this understanding, we come to realize that not every conflict is worth engaging in. Often, the most intelligent response to a potential confrontation is to pretend to be less involved emotionally or less invested in winning the argument. By doing so, we preserve not only our peace of mind, but also the integrity of our relationships. In emotional confrontations, whether with friends, family, or even strangers, there is often a tendency for people to get caught up in defending their position or trying to prove themselves right. This desire to be heard or to win an argument can quickly escalate a situation, turning a minor disagreement into a full-blown conflict. As we grow older, we understand that winning every battle is not as important as maintaining harmony and emotional balance. By pretending to be less emotionally engaged or by feigning ignorance about the topic at hand, we can remove ourselves from the heated back and forth, allowing the situation to diffuse naturally. One of the key benefits of this approach is that it helps us avoid unnecessary drama. We begin to realize that some battles simply aren't worth fighting. Instead of getting entangled in every disagreement or proving our point, pretending to be emotionally ignorant can be a tool for deflection. It allows us to remain neutral, stepping away from the conflict without contributing to the negative energy. This act of restraint can often cause the other person to reconsider their position or soften their tone as they realize they are not engaging with someone who is trying to escalate the situation. Additionally, pretending to be less emotionally invested in a confrontation can protect our mental and emotional well-being. As we grow older, we become more attuned to the toll that unnecessary conflict can take on our health, both mentally and physically. Engaging in every confrontation, no matter how small, can wear us down. By choosing to pretend to be emotionally ignorant, we conserve our energy for the situations that truly require our attention and care. This approach also helps to create a more peaceful environment. When we step back from a confrontation, we create space for better communication. Instead of responding out of anger or frustration, we allow the other person to express themselves fully, which often leads to more productive and respectful dialogue. By pretending to be less emotionally involved, we can navigate relationships with greater wisdom, understanding that sometimes silence or detachment is the key to maintaining peace. As we age, it's easy to fall into the habit of thinking that we must always present ourselves as fully capable and knowledgeable. However, in certain situations, especially in the face of younger individuals or those with more recent experiences, it can be incredibly effective to pretend to be less competent. This doesn't mean pretending to be incapable, but rather adopting a mindset where we embrace the opportunity to learn from others. This approach can be particularly powerful in building stronger, more collaborative relationships, as it allows others to feel valued and validated. When we pretend to be less skilled or knowledgeable, especially in a professional or social setting, we give others the chance to demonstrate their expertise. This is especially important in environments where younger people, or those newer to a particular field, may feel they need to prove themselves. By stepping back and allowing them to take the lead, we not only foster their confidence, but also create a space where they feel respected and appreciated. And this act of humility can lead to deeper connections and a sense of mutual respect that might otherwise be absent. It's also crucial to recognize that expertise isn't a static quality. The world around us is constantly changing, and what may have been true or relevant a few years ago can quickly become outdated. By pretending to be less experienced, we open ourselves up to the possibility that others, particularly those with fresh perspectives, may have valuable insights that we haven't considered. This helps us avoid the trap of becoming stagnant in our thinking, keeping us open to new ideas and opportunities for growth. It's a reminder that no matter how much we know, there is always something new to learn from others. Moreover, pretending to be less competent can also be a strategy for personal growth. By adopting the position of a learner rather than an expert, we humble ourselves and embrace the idea that we don't have all the answers. This mindset encourages us to ask questions, explore new areas of knowledge, and be more open to guidance. It also helps us to build relationships based on mutual learning, where both parties benefit from shared knowledge and experiences. Ultimately, pretending to be less competent in certain situations isn't about deceiving others or diminishing our own value. It's about recognizing the power of humility and collaboration, creating an environment where both parties feel heard, valued, and capable of learning from one another.